Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Monday, November 25th, 2024. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral. With me today is Sunshine Cathedral's executive minister. He's also my husband, Bishop Robert Griffin, Sunshine Cathedral's Minister of Connections, the Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about our progressive faith community and how you can be part of it, no matter where you live in the world. And if you live in South Florida, be sure to check out the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts, offering entertainment for the LGBTQ+ community to benefit the LGBTQ+ community. If you enjoyed the Queer God Squad, please share this or other episodes with your friends, family, and social media communities. At Sunshine Cathedral, we want you to know that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. LGBTQ did not support Trump in the election. According to the NBC News exit poll desk, Vice President Kamala Harris led President-elect Donald Trump 86% to 12% among lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender voters. Donald Trump defeated Vice President Kamala Harris to become the next U.S. president, but he didn't do so with the help of queer voters. That's a 15-point change from 2020, when Trump won 27% of the LGBT vote against Joe Biden. J.D. Vance predicted that the Trump ticket would win the, quote, normal gay guy vote, end quote. But the GOP team got fewer than 1 in 5 LGBT male voters. Trump's support among LGBT female voters was even more anemic at a mere 8%. White LGBT people went solidly for Harris over Trump by 82% to 16%, and Harris's margin was even bigger among LGBT voters of color at 91% to 5%. Most queer voters said they'd be either excited or optimistic if Harris became president. 62% of LGBT respondents said they'd be scared if Trump won. According to the exit poll, 8% of voters identified as LGBTQ in 2024. That's double the amount from Obama's win in 2008. As in other elections, LGBT voters stood out as a decidedly left-leaning voter bloc. Among LGBTQ voters, Democrats outnumbered Republicans 56% to 5%, and liberals surpassed conservatives by an even higher amount. Queer and trans voters are firmly pro-choice. 59% say abortion should be legal in all cases. Only about half of non-LGBT voters are as supportive of a woman's absolute right to choose. These numbers don't surprise me at all. Not even a little bit. You know, I think a lot of folks in our LGBTQ community know what it feels like to be targeted.
Right.
And one candidate firmly supported and wanted to expand LGBTQ rights, and another one was not quite so kind to the LGBTQ community, targeting our community. So I am not at all surprised by these numbers. What surprised me a little bit is the number of men and women who did vote for Trump. I wonder if there is, and this is conjecture on my part, maybe some perceived privilege or that kind of thing, but you're still going to be targeted, honey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, every Sunday, I pray, let us not be instruments of our own or of others' oppression.
Thank you.
And I was very pleased to see that our community chose not to be instruments of our own or of others' oppression. One of the techniques that the opposition to freedom, to equality, to equity, to diversity, one of the techniques that they use is the divide and conquer.
Yeah.
They want normal gay guys.
Yeah.
Because normal white guys is what they're saying. Of course, you might have a little bit of sexism because that's just the way you were raised, but normal gay guys don't care. They're not going to work on it. You know, you might have a little bit of racism because we live in a racist society, but if you're the normal white guy, you're not going to, maybe you don't care. And normal gay guy certainly means you avoid those non-binary, those queer identified, those trans. So basically it's saying those who have assimilated, those who are semi-closeted, those who are respectable, those who enjoy their white privilege and use it to their benefit, that's who they thought. And they didn't even get that. So ha 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 ha. But but also don't fall for it, because that's what they want.
Right.
They want you. Oh, well, if I were a normal gay guy, they'd like me. They don't like you.
No,
they're not going to like you. You by betraying your friends, your neighbors, your community, yourself. That's not going to make you safe. It's not going to make you safe. So you may as well stand up and do right. And we did.
Yeah, we
did. I mean, it went in a way that I'm very sad about. And there's the whole country seems to be having a trauma response. And a lot of our ministry is trying to deal with that. But I can say at least we did not contribute to our own oppression. And I'm very proud of that. So God bless you, LGBTQ plus people.
Yes.
Thank you for breaking that normal gay guy thing down, because I had no idea what Vance might have meant. What I did learn from this election is that too many people keep quiet about what they're really going to do in the polling booth. We read that this election was supposed to be the closest ever, that certain groups were going to explode for one side or the other. And I remember that the whole campaign that the guy who won ran was speaking to a specific group of people to the exclusion of everyone else. Everything that guy talked about was an anathema to everything that I believed in. And I salute the queer community by and large for saying that is not going to pass muster with us. I, like both of you, I am glad that the vast majority of our people, and I'm going to call them our people,
Us.
Community. Yes.
stayed together. And I'm still surprised that some of the gay bros went for the garbage that this guy put out. That number to me was still too high. And again, you speak to it so clearly. When people have perceived privilege, they're going to go with, there's a meme that goes around where the trees are talking about how wonderful the axe is because it's made out of wood. And, they see me for who I am. Yeah, that axe is going to tear you down just as much as it's going to tear everybody else down. But kudos to the queer community for saying, by and large, this will not pass.
Only 39% of white men voted for Harris.
I know.
That's
These
so
are numbers that we have to pay attention to.
Yes.
But what did that white guys were ugly and gross? Surprise!
Imagine that.
Bring it.
But
Yes.
that 53% of white women voted for Trump.
Yes.
You could have swept me up in a dustpan.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Yes.
Really? And the majority of Latino men.
Yes.
So it's the queer community, Latino women, and then slight everyone else together. It was slightly ahead for Harris. So of all Asian, Native American, everybody together, it was like 50% plus, 50 point something, 51. So that's a little too close for comfort. But that only Latino women and the queer community, all genders, races, blah blah, they're the ones that really stood up. And white people were as one, really, in opposing an amazing candidate. And it doesn't matter that I think she's amazing.
Right.
Her opponent was vile. So if she was not vile, she was the better candidate. And that white people of both genders, by pretty sizable, a comfortable majority for women and a super majority for men. That is such an indictment against our country. I don't even. You just think we've done better than that. We've grown past that, and then you get this devastating. So not only is there trauma response and grief, I think there really is just desperate disappointment that, my God, we had the nerve to judge our ancestors, and we aren't that much better.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
And I look at the numbers. I'm going to encourage you, if you get into that, go read all of the exit poll information. Because it's good stuff there. It's informing stuff, not necessarily good stuff. It's informing stuff, you get information. And I just want to say, for those who are now being labeled as the good gays, that we can work with the good gays, you're still a target. You might be going from the normal gay to the good
being
gay.
a good gay.
You might be going from the normal gay to the good gay, but still in that same good gay category, you're still a target. It excludes so many things and so many people. So just watch out what it means to be the good gay. And I think the other thing these numbers are showing people also, I was listening to a great segment the other night about this, is that the people in these two categories, the 39% and 53% of the white folks, are now beginning to realize they have to now own who they are.
Yeah.
Hello.
And as one lady put it, the shame of me being a white woman now having to own this as a part of my part of my culture. She said, I'm embarrassed by that. And the guy said, well, how did you vote? You know, and the thing to her point, the point to her show was, this is not who I am. But the numbers say differently,
Isn't it?
You know, and it may not be all of who we are as a nation, but for right now, the nation has spoken, and well, the majority of the nation has spoken in this category, and now they now have to live with what this looks like, smells like, act like, because it is what it is.
Right.
You may not say I'm not a misogynist. You may not say I don't support. I support somebody who's been convicted of 32 felonies. I may not support 34. I may not support somebody who can walk around and say anything that they want to and get away with it.
But you did.
But you do.
You did.
You do.
Yeah.
You did, and you voted. So you cannot undo what you've done.
And I just don't want to hear anything about, well, you know, I just wasn't sure about her. I couldn't tell, or blah, blah, blah. And plus, you know, eggs have gone up, you know, a dime or whatever.
This man ain't bringing the price of the egg down, folks.
No.
Not even a little bit.
And I mean, I would have to give up eggs before I would vote for a rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like eggs could be $3 a piece. I just would give up eggs before I would. So that's what. This isn't just politics. This isn't just ideology. This isn't just difference of opinion. You would rather have someone who is a danger to women, who's a danger to the economy, who's a danger to people of color. He was sued for not letting people into his building, people of color, buy and rent his property. His father was part of the KKK. He was adjudicated for rape. He had to pay millions of dollars for being guilty of rape. 34 felonies. He hasn't even been sentenced yet. How could that run for the? So well, he's got this idea and he's going to be good at that and he's strong on that. I don't care.
But he's also a liar.
But he's not.
And he's not going to do those things.
Yeah.
He's not going to do
Not a
things.
thing.
And he's already broken the law because you have to. Because this is a law, you have to sign, you have to pledge to the code of ethics, and he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe all the time this airs it will, or in the future he will, but he has refused. So, like, I will not say I'm going to behave ethically. I won't do it. And it's illegal to refuse. He has already broken the law.
Yeah.
And so, but you know, so this has, no matter what anybody says, if you would prefer a rapist, first of all, my apologies, my heart breaks for every person who has been a victim of sexual abuse. Because your country just said, that's not a deal breaker for our leadership. So I'm very sorry and heartbroken about that. And secondly, you said that I would rather have a serial criminal and a lifelong liar. I would rather that lead us than a woman of color. And well, I'm for women, and you know, I'm not a racist bone in my body.
No, you're not.
When the white rapist gets a majority of all the white votes, you don't look good.
No, you don't.
You do not look good.
And I just said that because you have voted for a felon. A felon is now is on track to become the next president of the United States. The felon issue has now got to be removed from every job application.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
wonderful?
It has now got to be removed.
He couldn't get a job at McDonald's.
And every young person whose life was ruined because they got caught with marijuana, they need to be released today.
And as a felon, he cannot hold a security clearance.
That's
So
right.
how are we going to deal with models of national security if the president who's been elected as a convicted felon cannot get a security clearance? How is he going to control the football?
He says they're challenging their appeal, and that he's going to win on appeal. And so,
No, he won't, and they're not going to care.
if we have a legitimate judiciary, he will not get off. You know, he's got to be held accountable. But who knows if we have?
Yeah, I guess we're going to find
I
out.
mean, he
We'll find out in a few-
spent
we'll find out in a
4
few
years undermining it.
We'll find out in a few days with New York.
So yeah. Well, at least the AG of New York, she's fierce, and
She's not going to back down.
and she's a person of principle.
Yeah, I don't think she'll back down.
So wow.
We have no energy about this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working through
We're not
our stuff.
passionate. Yeah, we're working our stuff.
with you.
But what my comfort and consolation is that us'ns, that
Yes.
our folks, our tribe, our people, we stood up for ourselves and for our country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
And so, no matter what happens, it's not on us, and we can take comfort in that. And you don't win every fight you fight, but you don't win any that you don't engage in.
Right.
That's right.
So we're gonna keep doing what we do.
Yes,
We're gonna be okay.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together.
We all are in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.
Bye.